Yo, we back with another ZZZ tier list for version 2.6, and as you can see, MIYABI is at the top. Tier 0, she's back. King never left. Or should I say queen never left. Big change log here, bunch of stuff on that. Talk about that. Also, got the homie in the Discord, Pine. Say what's up.
Yeah. Oh.
And yeah, we're just gonna be talking about it, stuff like that, see what's going on. So for the change log here, there is a lot of stuff. Sana makes sense. She's just Rie Shongong. She supports Thanos, so herself, she is Thanos. Kind of true. Haramasa, he's watch listed because he got his potential. His potential didn't change what he plays like, from what I heard from R2, but he got a big damage increase, which is pretty big, you know. He's already like pretty hard to play, so I feel like if they change anything, you know, it might have like messed him up, but yeah, we'll see how he goes there in the future, stuff like that, with his new buffs, which is cool. Same with Lycon. Lycon got a buff. He's been kind of getting replaced in some teams, you know, like Mono Ice with MIYABI. He doesn't really play in place of Yuzaha. He does have a spot with Yidhari still, though, and you can technically still play him with Ellen, but we'll see how he changes there as well. Then we have Grace. I don't know if Grace will move up. I feel like her buff, they might have to give her another buff. And then MIYABI moved up. MIYABI has always been a difficult character rate. She's undeniably a tier 0 unit, but tier lists are meant to reflect performance in recent combat. Our previous assessment, it was clear that her results were held back by poor matchups. That is true. Lots of anti-MIYABI stuff. And yeah, that's about it. Alright, going on to the tier list here, what we got going on. So the bottom looks the same. So we have Ye Shuangong, absolute Thanos. You get dupes on her, just absolutely deletes the game. Kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Yi Zhuan, I don't know, you think Yi Zhuan's still full tier 0?
Yeah.
I guess. Kind of.
I think she's better than MIYABI, and MIYABI is the person that people put on Fraud Watch. So I'd say that Yi Zhuan is like tier 0.
I see. Sandby, Banye, Evelyn, Orphe, Seed, and Yidhari. Okay. Wait, they have Banye and Yidhari same tier. I didn't know that. I thought they were separated. I feel like they've been getting kind of shafted recently with the most recent buffs. Like, they can still get like 30k with Sigs, 30, 40k with Sigs, depending on what the fight is, if it's weak to them. But the buffs in DA have been countering them. I guess for Shu defense, though, it's been fine. What else? I feel like, do you think Hugo is Fraud Watch or no?
I
feel like he's Fraud Watch.
I don't have lighter, and I think that he is literally like the biggest thing to have. Because whenever I see people playing Hugo that have lighter, he seems like he does pretty well, and like he's still pretty good. But as someone that doesn't have lighter, I can actually still clear with Hugo.
If he's still clearing, I see it. Cause I don't know. Maybe Zhu Yuan's win. I guess she doesn't have to move down though, cause she moves down. That means she's like in the same tier as like Anton.
Don't think Zhu Yuan is the same tier as like Anton.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I do feel like I don't think they should make a tier 1.5. But
yeah.
I feel like if there was someone down there, it might be Zhu Yuan.
Yeah, I feel like she's the worst of all these people here. Like everyone else, they're just kind of chilling here, you know. Soja Live and the Goat, they could move her up to tier 0, but you know, they're being humble. Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, Grace, I feel like they gotta change Grace again. Her like new kit, you like don't even use it that much though. Like the bloom thing change was nice, but like I don't think her bloom change will make her the same as like Jane, Yanagi, and Bernice. Wait, I think they moved down. Wait, they removed Yanagi from. Oh wait, no, it's because they did crit DPS, anomaly DPS support. What the hell, bro? I just peeped that. I think I remember them changing that. So they have Yanagi tier 1. That makes sense. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Alice should be in the same tier as MIYABI, no? I feel like Alice and MIYABI, they're like both kind of Thanos. If you can't freeze the enemy, I don't think there's that big of a gap between MIYABI and Alice.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true. But I think that Alice's show boss, Miasmic Fiend, I don't know if she's performing. I'm not gonna say the best because she's still getting like over 30K and stuff, and she's still doing really well. But you know, she used to be killing the boss, and now you don't really do that. But
I see.
MIYABI, there's still people like killing
Yeah, MIYABI's bosses. It is true.
like Marionette, but Marionette is kind of like a bum. So is that comparable?
I don't know. And they said Vivian tier 0.5 is true. You think Bernice is tier 1?
Bernice up if you know.
Yeah.
I think they can put Bernice. You know,
Bernice
maybe
did
I'm
get
biased.
buffed.
Maybe.
Nah, I feel like Bernice got buffed. I think the problem with how they're rating Bernice is they're rating her on current content. There isn't a lot of Fire Week content that you would use
I think
Bernice
there's
on.
a lot of Fire Week content in Shiyu though.
That is true. That is true.
But not in Deadly Assault. I think in Shiyu, Bernice is actually really good in Shiyu.
Yeah,
Deadly
yeah.
Assault though, maybe not so much. But
I'm thinking though, is Piper still up with the Jane current date? I guess
yeah,
nothing has changed.
I'd say.
But then there's also a Nagi in here. I don't know. I don't know if all these people in this. I guess they are. It just depends on what you're fighting. It depends
I
what you're
think
fighting.
Inagi is kind of a bum.
Yeah, I think
No
she.
disrespect.
I think after she got like new teammates and stuff came out for the people she was teaming up with, like you kind of run her, because her whole thing was like you could run her like kind of like how you run Vivian and Bernice, but you don't even do that anymore. You just run Vivian or Bernice, or you run like another support or something like that. Like I think more people probably run like Trigger with anomaly characters than running Yanagi. But going to support tier,
I feel like Yanagi is like literally the Chingy for MIYABI, if that makes sense. But
yeah, she's like the third option.
Juyan doesn't use Chingy anymore, and that's why MIYABI doesn't use Yanagi anymore. You know, they've moved
Kind of
on.
true. Alright, going on to support tier. I don't like that they put stunners in the support tab. What do you think about that? I don't think that they should have put stunners in support tab. It makes no sense.
They
When you think about it very broadly, their supports, but like, I don't think like they should be in the same tab.
well, I don't like. Oh, I mean, I don't know why they have anomaly DPS and crit DPS in a different tab either. To be honest,
Yeah, same.
I feel like those should be in the same tab, and then maybe they could make a stunner tab.
True. Yeah, it should just be all DPS. I don't know. I feel like they could rework these titles 100%. But supports here, I feel like there's not much to talk about. Supports, maybe like, so Astriao, Thanos, Dylan, Thanos, Lucia, Thanos, Sana supports Thanos, Yuzaha supports Thanos.
Yuza is like actually Thanos, and I've always said this. You could even see it way more now. Like she actually contributes so much team damage in days, way more than the other supports do.
True.
It's kind of crazy.
You know, I kind of respect that Astra hasn't been power crept in any way. She's still very, very solid. Because a lot of people thought Astriao would get like beat out by like even like Sana, or just like she would just get beat out. But she hasn't been beat out. Still very, very solid for just like literally anybody. You can put her on any team. Even if she's not the best, she still gives a big benefit. Tier 0.5, Jifufu, Lighter, Nicole, Trigger, and Zhao. Honestly,
At some point, they had Jifufu in tier 0. I don't know what they were thinking.
yeah, I think it was because of all of the Yijuan shilling, because she does support Yijuan. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she was ever. I don't think she was ever tier 0. I think I talked about that.
I don't think
before.
Jifufu should be in the same tier as Lighter, to be honest.
That's
But,
awesome.
I mean,
true. She's very versatile though.
Because yeah, I think that's what it is. Is that Lighter?
She has a lot of
really,
versatility.
Like, one of the best, but their whole thing is like he's not.
This is why there should be a stunner tab, because Lighter would be tier 0. See, they're diminishing his fame right now, because in 0.5, that way should be in tier 0.
Realistically, he should be tier 0 anyway. But I think the reasoning is that he doesn't have the best DPSs anymore or whatever. Because like back then,
yeah, that could be true.
Was like.
And that's why they
tier
need
0.
to add the Evelyn chain attack set, and then she's locked in easy. Nicole, True, Trigger, Zhao. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about them. I think Trigger though. I think they did say it before, I think that's what moved. Trigger used to be down, I think, but I think they say they try to put people with like their best lineup now. So I think this Trigger is like, I think it's like with Sigs. I think a lot of people are.
Shouldn't Zhao be 0.5 though? Is this too much glaze?
I mean, with all the Ether Veil buffs and stuff like that, for right now she's 0.5, but I think later she'll be like a tier 1. She's a free character at the end of the day,
well,
so
no,
like...
I feel like right now, with the Ether Veil buffs, she performs better than my Astra and like all of the teams.
Yeah, but the Ether Veil buffs are like activate Ether Veil, turn character into like give them like 10 million buffs.
Exactly. So I'm saying, you know, because they like shilling to like what's current situation, they should probably put her in tier 0, and then when they get the Ether Veil buffs, put her in tier 0.5. Also, maybe I was looking for Caesar. We could get to that when we get to that tier.
I don't think there's much to say for tier 1 Lycon, Penyihu, Chingy, Sakaku. It's like all the same.
I don't think Lycon should be tier 1 though. I think he's really good, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's just though he's not the like, okay, Lycon, it goes in a lot of the same teams that Lighter and Jafufu go in, or Nicole and Trigger, and they usually are like better in those slots.
Right now is just
Yatari
with Yatari. He's really good with Yatari, and even Hugo. He's really good with Hugo too.
Oh so, yeah, true. Yeah, the problem is he supports a 0.5 in a tier 1. Then that's probably why they have him here.
Okay, but Yatari, I think Yatari is pretty good. You know?
Yeah. Hugo, and then tier 2 with Caesar. She needs a petition on
I think Caesar is pretty bad. She needs a buff for sure. But I don't know if she should be tier 2. I don't think she should be on the same tier as Nekomata and Anton. I feel like
it's not really Nekomata and Anton. It's more Kaleda, Lucy, Pokra, and Rina. But she is in the same value tier.
Okay, she's in the same tier as Lucy, though. Lucy is like half a Caesar.
But the thing also you have to think about is Caesar is a limited character. So like you're rolling for her. I think when you think about when you're rolling for her, like she doesn't have that much value.
Yeah.
Which is why they should give her a buff. Just give her a buff like, 100% res shred, 100% days, like 100% damage. Actually like 1000% damage. And then, she'll be chilling. Give her like a 0.5 after that. Surely she got to be the next potential unlock. I feel like they did Haramasa and Lycon. Gotta be. Think about it. They did Haramasa and Lycon, and now they do Caesar and Rina. Cinema. So actually, do Caesar, Rina, and Kaleda. Cinema.
Imagine they do another big batch of like 5 next batch.
That would be crazy. That would actually be crazy. That would be devastating.
Or they could do it for like 3.0.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's about it though. This is the ZZ 2.6 tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Sub, like, all that stuff, And MIYABI is back. She never left. She should have never left. And now she's back up. Easy.